Hello, my name is Akshata Muskan. The world is modernizing with leaps and bounds, and people have become way too busy to get medical appointments in person and to maintain a proper healthcare. Hence, there is a need for a quicker and easier way for people to access information about doctors near them and also to schedule appointments at their convenience. This is the idea of our project, Doctor Appointment Manager. It provides ease and comfort to patients while taking appointments from doctors and easy cancellation of bookings if the patient is busy at the chosen time and date. While beginning the project, we divided our group into two halves where few people worked on the back end and few people worked on the front end. We did the front end incorporating CSS and our back end incorporating Spring Boot. We made a register page. The patient has to register themselves before logging into the application. After logging in, the patient has the option of selecting a doctor from the list of doctors and can view the doctor's details and depending on their requirement, select the doctor. The patient can book an appointment based on his or her preferred day or time. The selected day or time slot will be reserved and patient can view their appointment details on the website itself.
Okay, I'll introduce myself. I am Balatamagna, 18 BLC 1142. I have done the backend for this project, and most of the work has been completed. And this is the login page for it with the front end. So currently, when we start this project, we don't have an account created. So we create one by giving, for example, my email address and then a password. Let's say test. And I agree to the terms, register. And once I do, I can come back here, give my address, and then I can give the password that I gave, remember me, and continue. And when I come into this first page, home page that we are created, we can see there are three tabs: home, my appointments, and doctors. So currently, since I just created this account, there is nothing that is booked already in my accounts. And when I click on the accounts, you can see the appointments. There is nothing here. And when I go over to book appointment, I can see that there are a few doctors already present. And let's say I am ready to give an appointment for an orthopedic surgeon on 20th of this month. I book the appointment, and when I do, the page is refreshed, and I can then select another appointment if I want. And you can see in the appointments, my appointments, you can see the doctor's name, the specialization, and the date of the appointment, as well as a cancel button. And let's say I want multiple appointments, and I am a very paranoid student or a person, and I have another appointment set on 12th, I have another appointment set on 13th. And you can see here that each of these has been updated according to your preferences. So for example, first appointment was created on 20th, and then the second was 12th, and then 13th. And let's say I don't want to go to a gynecologist. I realize I'm a male, and I click on cancel. And when I click on cancel, that person's appointment alone is cancelled, and the other two are shown instead. So I can come back here, I can see the doctors, I can then also log out finally. And when I do, I come back to the login page. Should I also explain the Spring Boot?
Uh, I will explain the Spring Boot
Okay,
now.
sure. I'll switch to my Spring Boot. Okay, can you guys see it?
Hello, this is Ritika. So, for making this appointment management system, we have used some files, and there is a file called appointment application, which is the main class for the project, and then there is a controller class, which is the controller for classes for the Spring Boot project. After that, for the appointment, we created an appointment class for the H2 database, and it has some modules such as appointment delete, appointment repository, appointment service, and custom repository. So appointment delete is a class used for receiving deletion request for the appointment, and appointment repository is an interface to implement CRUD repository as well as a custom repository. Then appointment service is a class used for implementing the methods to be used with the appointment, and custom repository is an interface to implement a custom deletion command for the appointment using the appointment delete class. Then there is another module called doctor, which is the doctor class for the H2 database, which has another submodules called doctor repository and doctor service. So doctor repository is an interface to implement custom method models, and doctor service is a class to implement the custom methods. After that, another module, which is the person module, or we can say the patient module. It is also a class in the H2 database, and it has a sub module called patient person repository, which is an interface to implement the CRUD repository. And in this project, we have used certain annotations such as @controller and auto wired, get mapping, and post mapping. And some other annotations which we have used are component, entity, service, and ID. Now, Gopil will give more information about our project.
Hey guys, I'm Gopin Deki. Till now, we got to know about our project. So let's see into the technologies we used into it. We used a Spring Boot. We have used Spring Boot as our application framework. We have created both front-end and back-end parts solely using a Spring Boot, along with the testing and debugging of the web app. Java has been used to develop the backend part, and front-end HTML and CSS Bootstrap has been used. We have used H2 database to store the data related to doctors, patients, and their associated appointments, and HTML. For the front-end, HTML was used to develop overall structure for the web app. We used various types of HTML tags such as H1 designating the main header or the title of the page, designating a paragraph representing images linked to the image folder, or creating divisions, and many other tags such as list, button, and links. And coming on to the CSS and Bootstrap, it is used to beautify our HTML pages. We use these two components, majority of CSS and Bootstrap, we use to make navigation bar beautiful. Rest of it were used to get appropriate fonts and margin padding, etc. And coming on to the Java, Java was used as a backend language. It was used for developing controller, doctor class, doctor, and person interfaces. Java acted as a backbone of the whole logic of the web app.
There are some more updates for the existing app, that we can add multiple slots, and then we can have a verification system, and there is a way for doctors on to register on the site through the online process. Then we can add a map on the website for patients, along with creating an admin module for the website. So this was our project. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.